जय राधा माधव कुंज विहार गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारि।
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रञ्जन यमुनतिरवनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यमुना तीरावनचारि।
यमुनतीरावनचारि।
यमुना तीरावनचारि।
यमुनतीरावनचारि।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jai Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe
Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra Ma Jaya Sudarshana.
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Sudarshana Jaya Subhadrama
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Patita Pavana Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Patita Pavana Gauranitai
Jaya Gopala Dev, Jaya Gopala Dev, Gopala Dev, Jaya Gopala Dev.
Jaya Gopala Dev Jaya Gopala Dev Gopala Dev Jaya Gopala Dev
Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Sri Pada.
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Sri Pada
Jaya Jaya Sri Pad, Sri Pad, Sri Pad, Sri Pad.
Jaya Jaya Sri Pad Sri Pad Sri Pad Sri Pad
जय गुरु महाराज श्रीपाद की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, संवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की। Now continuing Bhagavatam Seva, this is from the Srimad Bhagavatam, the 8th canto, Withdrawal of the Cosmic Creations, chapter number 12, the Mohini Murti Incarnation bewilders Lord Shiva. This is verse number 1 to 4 by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishiki. So this is the first and second verse. Sri Badarayaniruvacha
श्रीबादरायणेरुवाच
Vrishadvajo Nishamyedam
वृषाध्वजो निसमम्येदम्
Yoshidrupena Danavan
योषिद्रूपेण दानवान्
Mohayitva Suraganan
मोहयित्वा सुरगणान्
Hari Somam Apayayan
हरिसोमम् अपाययत्
Vrisham Aruhya Girisha
वृषम् आरुह्य गिरीशः
Sarvabhuta Ganirvrita
सर्वभूतगणैर्वृतः
Sahadevya Yayau Drashtum
सह देव्याययो द्रष्टुम्
Yatraste Madhusudana.
यस्त्रास्ते मधुसूदनः
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Shukadev Goswami said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, in the form of a woman, captivated the demons and enabled the demigods to drink the nectar. After hearing of these pastimes, Lord Shiva, who is carried by a bull, went to the place where Madhusudana, the Lord, resides. Accompanied by his wife Uma and surrounded by his companions, the ghosts, Lord Shiva went there to see the Lord's form as a woman. Text number 3. Sabhajito Bhagavata
सभाजितो भगवता
Sadaram Somaya Bhava
सादरं सोमया भवः
Supavishta Vachedam
सुपविष्टा उवाचेदं
Pratipuja Smayan Harim.
प्रतिपूज्य स्मयं हरिम्
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead welcomed Lord Shiva and Uma with great respect. And after being seated comfortably, Lord Shiva duly worshipped the Lord and smilingly spoke as follows. Verse number 4. Shri Mahadeva Uvacha
श्रीमहादेव उवाच
Devadeva Jagatvapin
देवदेव जगद्व्यापिन्
Jagadisha Jaganmaya
जगदीश जगन्माय
Sarveshamapi Bhavanam
सर्वेषामपि भावानां
Tvam Atma Heturishvara.
त्वम् आत्मा हेतुरीश्वरः
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Lord Mahadev said, O chief demigod, among the demigods, O all-pervading Lord, Master of the universe, by your energy you are transformed into the creation. You are the root and efficient cause of everything. You are not material. Indeed, you are the super soul or the supreme living force of everything. Therefore, you are Parameshwara, the supreme controller of all controllers. Purport by Prabhupada. The supreme personality of Godhead, Vishnu, resides within the material world as a Sattva Guna avatar. Lord Shiva is a Tamaguna avatar and Lord Brahma is a Rajoguna avatar. But although Lord Vishnu is among them, he is not in the same category. Lord Vishnu is Deva Deva, the chief of all the demigods. Since Lord Shiva is in this material world, the energy of the Supreme Lord Vishnu includes Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu is therefore called as Jagat Vyapi, the all-pervading Lord. Lord Shiva is sometimes called Maheshwara, and so people think that Lord Shiva is everything. But here, Lord Shiva addresses Lord Vishnu as Jagadisha, the master of the universe. Lord Shiva is sometimes called Vishweshwara, but here he addresses Lord Vishnu as Jaganmaya, indicating that even Vishweshwara is under Lord Vishnu's control. Lord Vishnu is a master of the spiritual world, yet he controls the material world also. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are also sometimes called Ishvara, but the supreme Ishvara is Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Supreme Lord is Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Everything in existence works in proper order because of Lord Vishnu. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. Even Paramanu, the small atoms, work because of Lord Vishnu's presence within them. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Sarup Damodar Swamin Niti Namine Nama Sadbhaktamanaye Manipur Udbhavaya Cha Prabhupada Satvani Prachara Niratayate Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Sankirtanam Jasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanastham Namami Harim Param Sansara Sagare Magnam Dinam Mam Karunanide Karmagrahya Grihitangam Mam Uddara Varnavad Srimad Bhagavatam Akyoyam Pratyaksha Krishna Evahi Svikritosi Mayanata Mukyartam Bhavasagare Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Kalau Naste Vagatiranyata. So this is a 8th canto and this is a 12th chapter where we'll be discussing the pastime, how the Lord was incarnated as Mohini Murti, the most beautiful woman within the entire creation. Mohini Murti, she captivates even Lord Shiva. She bewilders Lord Shiva. So Shukdev Goswami, who is a speaker, is telling Parikshit Maharaj and all the assembled sages and devotees there that the name Badarayani, actually we say Badrinath, right? Badri means there are trees. These are Badri trees. And Badarayani is because Vyasdev, he usually used to go and sit in Badrinath, in that place where there is all these Badri trees, and he used to worship the Lord, and he compiled all these Vedic literatures there. And his son is called Badarayani. Badri Narayan we say, and Badarayani. So this Badarayani actually refers to Vyasdev's son, or Sukadev Goswami. So Sukadev Goswami is saying that Vrishadvaja, so every king or every demigod, they have a particular kind of dvaja. Dvaja means a flag. So the symptom for Lord Vishnu, the flag is Garuda. So the Lord is actually Garuda Vahana. So he sits on the Garuda and he goes. But here it is mentioned Vrishadvaja, the bull. The bull is also a symptom of dharma. The bull indicates dharma. And here Lord Shiva, who is seated on this bull Nandi, he goes to this specific place where Lord Madhusudan or Supreme Personality resides, so that he could see or have darshan of the Lord in the form of Mohini Murti. So Shivji's pastime is there. Actually, in South India, there is, I don't know if you know about it, there is this Mahishasura's wife is there actually, or my wife or daughter, I'm not sure now. I think it is his wife. So Mahishasur, he was killed by Durga Devi. She comes and she destroys him. But his wife, Mahishi, what she does is that she performs a lot of tapasya and she gains the power from Lord Brahma, and she asks this boon that Shivji and Lord Vishnu's son should only be able to kill her. Because she was thinking, since both of them in the male forms, there is no chance that they will produce a progeny. So very cunningly, how the demons they think, and she is a demoness, she is in a lady form of a demon, so she is even more cunning. And so she says, I want only their son, he can do something to me, otherwise nobody else can kill me. So she was harassing the entire country in those days. Mahishi, that was her name. So this pastime actually Lord Shiva is approaching is because of this. Not only that, because Lord Shiva also, he wants to have darshan of Mohini Murti. But in order to facilitate the birth of the son, actually Lord Shiva, he approaches Lord Vishnu, let me see your Mohini Murti form. So this Mahishi, actually Lord Shiva, he becomes bewildered and he starts to chase Mohini Murti. And they say that Shivji's vital fluid, it falls on the thigh of Mohini Murti. And from that, a child is born. And this child later on, because he is born by the combination of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, who is in the form of Mohini Murti, the child actually kills this Mahishi, this demoness Mahishi. So the story comes like that. But anyway, Lord Shiva, he is coming there to this particular place, and we see that when Lord Shiva is approaching Lord Krishna, he is asking him, let me see your form as a Mohini Murti. See, although the Samudra Manthan had already happened, and after the Samudra Manthan, Lord Shiva drank the poison, and Devi Parvati, Uma, she took him away from that place to treat her husband. She caught hold of his neck. She grabbed his neck so that the poison wouldn't spread inside his body. So she took her husband to recuperate. And so he missed the pastime where Mohini Murti appeared and distributed nectar to all the demigods. This pastime, Lord Shiva, he missed. So when he approached the Lord, he didn't go ask the Lord, my dear Lord, I didn't get my quota of Amrit. I didn't get my quota of nectar. He's asking, I want to see your darshan. I want to have your darshan. I want to see you in that beautiful form that bewildered everybody. See, this is the thing. A Vaishnava, He is not even hankering for immortality. This is how he is not hankering for mukti, for liberation. He doesn't hanker for anything. All he wants is that he wants to have darshan of the Lord continuously, either within the heart or in front of him. Either way, he wants the Lord. This is his sole interest. How he can please the senses of the Lord. So Shivji, he is a topmost Vaishnava. The Bhagavatam is alluding to this fact. It is saying, Nimna Ganam Yata Ganga Devanam Achyuto Yata Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu Purananam Idam Tata. So this Lord Shiva is saying among the flowing rivers, the Ganges is the best because she is coming directly from the lotus feet of Lord Vamandev. Devanam Achyuto. Among all the gods, you see later on the verse Deva Deva, the Lord Achyuta or Krishna, he is the most worshipable. Among the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. Lord Shiva is considered the greatest Vaishnava. And then Purananam, among all the Puranas, this Bhagavad Puran is it stands supreme. It is a class apart from all the other different Puranas. So Lord Shivji is going and he's requesting the Lord not for nectar, but he's asking the Lord, "My Lord, I want to have your darshan." And Kunti Maharani, she's echoing that in a prayer. She's saying, "Bhavato darshanam yachada punar bhava darshanam." Simply by looking at you, my Lord, then there is no repetition of birth and death. Shivji, although he is Mahadev, he is still a demigod. So this Shivji we are talking about is not the Supreme Personality, Sadashiv. The Sadashiv is not different from Lord Vishnu, and he is a Vaikunthavasi. But this Shivji, Shambhu, who we are talking about, he is actually a demigod. Among the 11 Rudras, he is one of them. Shiva, Shankar, or Shambhu, he is one of them actually. So he is approaching, and when we say the place where Madhusudana resides, where Lord Krishna resides, they are talking about this Sweta Dvipa within this universe where there is a milk ocean, and in this milk ocean, the Lord is Shirodakshai Vishnu is actually sleeping on Anantasesh with Lakshmiji serving his lotus feet. So he is going to that particular place to have darshan of the Lord's form as Mohini Murti. The Shivji, he didn't cross over and go to Golok Vrindavan or to the Vaikuntha planets, but to this Vaikuntha, which is within this material universe, actually. So this is a place where he is going, and he is asking for darshan. Yeah. So Lord Shiva, he is going there, and he is requesting, "My Lord, please you give me darshan." Then it is mentioned that the Supreme Personality of Godhead welcomed Lord Shiva and Uma with great respect. And after they were seated comfortably, Lord Shiva, he also in turn worshipped the Lord and smilingly spoke as follows. So you see the thing, Krishna is Bhagavan, Vishnu is Bhagavan, Vishnu Tattva is the Supreme Personality. But still, when Lord Shiva and Uma have come there, the Lord is welcoming them with great respect. They say, no, Atiti Devo Bhava. So the Lord actually, he deems his devotee to be much more than himself. In fact, Krishna, he says that I run behind my pure devotees, I take the dust from their feet. And because of the dust, I gain the power to run and manage all these entire universes. This is how the Lord is putting himself in such a humble position. So there was no necessity for the Lord to even get up from this thing. But he got up and he went and he welcomed Lord Shiva and Parvati Devi. And then after they were seated, Lord Shiva is also smiling because he knows that this is the Supreme Lord, the one who deserves all respect. But Ulta, in reverse, the Lord is actually giving him all respect. So he's smiling, he's worshipping the Lord. And then he is speaking this following verse. He is saying, Deva Deva Jagat Vyapin, Jagadisha Jaganmaya, Sarvesham Api Bhavanam, Tvam Atma Hetu Rishvara. So this is actually a prayer by Lord Shiva. And whatever he is saying, Prabhupada is writing in the introduction to this particular chapter that he is speaking truthfully. He's saying some certain aspects of the Lord, which is very, very truthful. He is not over glorifying the Lord. What is actually reality, what is truthful, he is describing the Lord in that particular way. This is how Prabhupada is writing in the introduction to this particular chapter. So it's an amazing way. He's saying Deva Deva. There are so many prayers, and you see, whenever they are in very great difficulty, actually they go and pray like this to the Lord. Deva Deva. They begin with this Deva Deva. The gopis also, when they were harassed by Indra, they go to Krishna and they pray the same thing. Deva Deva, Jagatpate, Nanyan Tvad Abhayam Pashe Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. We don't find any other shelter except you, my Lord. You are Deva Deva. So Krishna, he is also saying the same thing in the Bhagavad Gita. Aham Adir Hi Devanam Bhokta Prabhurevacha. I am the Adi. I am the origin of all the demigods. And same thing, Lord Shiva is echoing here that I may be Mahadev, I may be one of the greatest demigods, but still you are my source also. Deva Deva, Jagan Vyapin. Jagan Vyapin means all pervading. Lord Vishnu is another. Vishnu means somebody who is spread out everywhere, whose presence is felt everywhere, all pervading. So the same thing, he is putting it in a different way. Jagat Vyapin. Then Jagadisha, Jagadisha, the controller or the master of the universe. Jaganmaya. This whole Jagan or this Jagat, this material universe has been created by your energy. So actually, you have invested yourself in creating this material universe for the conditioned souls. So Lord Shiva is indirectly thanking the Lord that you have given me an opportunity to serve you in this way. And then he is saying, Sarvesham api bhavanam. Sarvesham. Sarva means all kinds of bhavanam. Prabhupada is translating as situations. In all different kind of situations or circumstances, Tvam Atma, you are the real soul or you're the real moving force, Hetu. And because of this, you are Ishvara. You are, and Prabhupada is translating that last word Ishvara as the Supreme Lord Parameshwara. So there may be so many Ishwaras or controllers. We are all mini Ishwaras. We all like to control also. But Krishna is Supreme Lord, he is Parameshwara, Param, the topmost. And in the purport we see, or Prabhupada is saying this from the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Sachidananda, Vigraha, Anadir, Adir Govinda, Sarva, Karana, Karana. He is a cause of all causes. And there may be many Ishwaras, but Param is Krishna. Ishvara, Parama, Krishna. And then he is also highlighting how the Lord has manifested in the form of this universe and down to even the small tiny atoms, the Paramanu, saying Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhaja. So even within the atoms, the Lord is pervading. And because of that, this atom is moving very nicely. Or this atom is functioning so that it can join with other atoms and form molecules, and it can form all these nice structures and different metals and minerals and everything we require for a sustenance, for a maintenance. So you see, everything is going on because of Lord Vishnu's presence within them. So there are other 2 points that the Lord is saying. That Lord Shiva is addressing Vishnu as Jagadisha because Lord Shiva is sometimes called Vishweshwara. But because he is calling Lord Vishnu as Jaganmaya, that this Vishweshwara is also under the control of Lord Vishnu. Yes, indirectly, he is indicating that. And the other thing, because Shivji is called Maheshwara, sometimes these people in South India, they think that Shivji is greater. But actually, as a Vaishnava, Shivji is superior in the sense that Lord Krishna doesn't come and directly give himself to you. But a Vaishnava, he can grab the Lord and he can bestow the Lord upon you. In that sense, a devotee is superior to the Lord. But in all other sense, that the Lord is always eternally superior. There is no comparison actually. So Shivji, although he is called Maheshwara, but because the Lord is Jagadisha and Deva Deva, so Shivji is also under the control of Lord Vishnu. This is very, very clear in these verses. Yeah, there is not much here. I wanted to glorify a little bit Lord Shiva because everywhere we see the Vaishnavas, they take shelter of other Vaishnavas. Sanatan Goswami used to go and take shelter of Shivji as Chakreshwar Mahadev in Govardhan. And you see most of the devotees, they approach Lord Shiva. He's Vaishnava, so he's very kind and he is very freely bestowing his mercy. Also, Lord Shivji, he removes the false ego of the personality. So, South India, we have this, how do you say, the Vaishnavas are there and the Shaivites are also there, those who worship Shiva. So, like we have 12 Mahajans, they have these 12 Siddhas or sages like Agastya Muni and some other saintly people who were great devotees of Lord Shiva, they come under their parampara like that. So they have also, they're all their scriptures and other things where Shivji is glorified. But one must understand that Shivji is the Tamaguna avatar. He is a Guna avatar, but he is the proprietor of Tamagun. So therefore, all his associates are all ghosts and goblins. So one should be very clear that Shivji is not the supreme personality of God. Sadashiv, he is on the same platform as Lord Vishnu, but the Shivji or Shankar Bhagwan, who we are talking about now, this demigod, Maheshwara, he is not on the same platform as Lord Vishnu. So, to prove that, few examples is Shivji, he holds the Ganges water in his matted hair, right? So, and that water, Ganges, is a foot wash of Lord Vamandev. Brahmaji, he takes a kamandalu, and when Vamandev is lifting his leg, he pierces the coverings of the universe, and the transcendental water, this Karno Sagar, it flows through actually. And Lord Brahmaji, he holds that water in his kamandalu and he washes that one lotus feet of Lord Vamandev. So mixed with the tulasi, that water is the Ganges water. So suppose I take the foot wash of you and I put it on my head, it automatically means that you are superior. There can be no doubt about that. You don't wash the feet of somebody inferior and you put the water on your head. This is not the proper etiquette. So from this we can understand that Shivji is supposed to be the das or the servant of Lord Vishnu. This is one thing. And the other thing, Shivji, he goes and he applies all this pasma or this after the dead bodies are burnt, you get the ash. He takes that ash from the crematorium and he rubs it all over his body. Shivji's mood is such that he thinks if this person is a nice Vaishnava, then any little contact with him, my devotion will grow. So because of that, he takes that and he wipes it all over the body. So you see, these Shaivites, those who worship Shiva, they usually put this ash as a white mark on the forehead. And when people ask them, they say, you are dust, you will become dust. And that is a fact. The body is burned, it will become dust. There's no doubt about that. But Shivji's mood is different. He wants to be at least one small particle of a Vaishnava. That person has engaged in serving the Supreme Lord. I want that particle so that at least by putting it, I will be always remembering Krishna and my devotion will increase. So this is one other point. And the third point is that Shivji is aloof from Maya Devi. He doesn't interact so much with Parvati Devi. He goes to the Himalayas and he's one of the greatest yogis actually. Parvati Devi, she had a tough time trying to get a child. They had to enlist the help of Kamdev and so many other people. And Prabhupada is glorifying in the purports of the Bhagavatam, the Shivji is very dhira. Although there is a very young, beautiful lady right next to him, Shivji was totally undisturbed. So later on, because of the begging of the demigods, they all entreated Lord Shiva, and then he accepted Parvati Devi, and then they had Ganeshi and Kartikeya and all the other children. But anyway, he generally he gives up the association of Maya Devi personified, and he's sitting and he's always chanting Ram Ram Ram. So this is another reason why Shivji is considered the DMO servant of Lord Ram or Lord Krishna. One of the reasons. And then we know that how Shivji is followed by all these bhutas and pretas. They say that during the night time, evening Sandhya, Shivji goes on the bull with Parvati Devi. He circles around the universe. And at that particular time, if there are people who are sleeping, with drool coming out from their mouth, or people who are engaging in illicit activities, Shivji, he sends one of his goblins or these ghosts into the womb of such people, because these ghostly personalities, they either commit suicide or they die akala mrityu, untimely they die. So they develop the subtle ghostly bodies, and Lord Shiva is kind by sending these ghosts. They get another chance to get a human form and practice Krishna consciousness. That's why Shivji, he gives shelter to all these ghosts and goblins and other kind of tamasic creatures. He gives support. And the final thing is that even he is giving shelter to those snakes and other living entities who are generally considered very poisonous, because Shivji is such a exalted Vaishnava. So he is very kind even to those fallen living entities like the snakes and serpents. And then one more point I wanted to say. Yeah, Shivji's form is worshipped in the form of linga, actually, because they say the point where Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu doesn't come into contact with Maya. There is no point. But the drishti or the vision of the Lord, when it comes, the living entities, when they come and they meet the material energy, that portion there is represented by that phallus, or that, the lingam and the yoni below. So it is supposed to be that meeting point between the Drishtipata, the sight of the Lord, and the external energy Maya. So Shambhu is actually, in the sense that he's the Brahma Samhita is saying, is like milk transformed into yogurt, because the milk has come in contact with something sour. So same way, because this personality has come into contact with Maya, Lord Shiva is considered slightly inferior. But even otherwise, the other Vishnu Tattvas who are almost as good as Krishna, these incarnations are also considered as servants of Krishna. There can be only one Supreme Lord, Parameshwara, and that is Krishna. And Lord Vishnu and all the other Vishnu Tattvas, including what to speak of the demigods and ordinary living entities, they are all actually servants of Krishna. So I think I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Anybody has any suggestions, questions, or comments, please?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your wonderful class.
Yes.
So, if anyone has any questions, please raise your hands.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा गोविंदा।
दंडवत प्रणाम।
राउत।
बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो अयप्पा का स्टोरी है, ये साउथ में ही फेमस है, राइट? मतलब जो भी टेम्पल्स है अयप्पा का।
अरे बाबा, आजकल नॉर्थ से ज्यादा लोग आ रहे हैं। एक्चुअली साउथ में वो भी केरला में था, अभी यहाँ साउथ तमिलनाडु से जा रहा है, आंध्रा से जा रहा है। नॉर्थ इंडिया मतलब उतना नॉर्थ नहीं, फिर भी वो यूपी उड़ीसा से भी लोग आते हैं, महाराष्ट्र से भी लोग आते हैं। एक महीना है ना वो जो कार्तिक मंथ होता है ना, हम लोग का जो कार्तिक होता है उसका एक महीना पहले वो लोग नहीं, एक महीना बाद में, कार्तिक के बाद ये लोग करते हैं। जो मृगशीर्ष मास है, जो ठंडी का मौसम है, उस दिन एक मंडल करके 41 डेज ये लोग व्रत रखता है। मतलब जो वैष्णव नियम करता है ना, जैसे मांस मच्छी नहीं खाना है और स्त्री संग नहीं करना है, ये सब 3 बार स्नान करना है, और पूरा भजन जो करता है वो सब हरि हरा करके शिव जी का भी और विष्णु का भी गुणगान होता है। मतलब जैसे गुरु और कृष्णा जैसा है ना।
अच्छा
तो,
अच्छा।
हाँ, तो एक तरीके से वो लोग का थोड़ा बहुत मतलब वैष्णव का क्वालिटीज आ जाता है, कम से कम वो 40 डेज तक। बट उसके बाद फिर सब चला जाता है वापस, पुनर्मूषि को बाबा हो जाता है। हाँ,
ये भागवतम में तो इसका...
नहीं, भागवतम तो नहीं है। बस देखो, भागवतम में सबसे परम सत्य के बारे में बताया गया। सत्वगुण पुराणों में भगवान विष्णु के बारे में बताता है, और रजोगुणी पुराणों में ब्रह्मा जी के बारे में बहुत वर्णन है, मतलब ब्रह्मा जी सब कुछ है जैसे दिखाई देता है। और तामसिक पुराण है जैसे लिंग पुराण है, स्कंद पुराण, ये सब में शिव जी का गुणगान है। तो जैसा आदमी का गुण है ना, उस तरीके से वो पुराण पसंद करेगा। तो बहुत सारे लोग को शिव जी पसंद है, बहुत सारे लोग को हनुमान पसंद है, लेकिन जो सात्विक होता है ना, वही लोग भगवान कृष्ण को पूजते हैं। समझ गए?
जी प्रभु।
देवता लोग को पूजा करना कोई गलती नहीं है, लेकिन वो लोग ही सब कुछ है मान के पूजा करना गलत है। जैसे शिव जी को सबसे उत्तम वैष्णव है करके हम लोग पूजा करेंगे तो हम लोग को बहुत आशीर्वाद मिलेगा, वो तो 100% श्योर है, गारंटी है। क्योंकि वैष्णव लोग जो है भगवान से भी बहुत दयालु होता है। तो उस तरीके से अगर शिव जी को अप्रोच करोगे तो वो ठीक है, लेकिन अगर उल्टा शिव जी के पास खुद के लिए कुछ जाके मांगोगे तो जो भी वर शिव जी दे रहा है उसी के वजह से तुम्हारा सत्यानाश होता है। शिव जी नेता है ना डिस्ट्रक्शन डिपार्टमेंट का, तो ये भी है, इसलिए थोड़ा सावधान रहना पड़ता है। जो भी देवता के पास जाओगे तो जिस वर से तुम्हारा वो चला जाता है, सुख शांति चला जाता है। लेकिन ठाकुर जी इतना जल्दी नहीं देते हैं, लेकिन जब देते हैं सब कुछ दे देते, सब कुछ दे देते।
थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रभु। हरे कृष्णा।
Yes. Somebody wants to add something, they can. Okay. जय गुरु महाराज श्रील श्रीपाद की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जय पीआई भक्तवृंद की जय, जय महेश्वर शिव जी की जय,
जय
मनोहर प्रभु की जय,
गुरु महाराज, गुरु महाराज।
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Thank you, thank you.